I have to share this with you. This golf driver swing lesson that I've been delivering to students that's making a huge difference in the way they turn, the way they deliver the club, the kind of shots they hit with the driver, and it's really helping, so I want to share it with you. Now, before we get started, if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button. I post videos like this every week to help you with your golf game. Now, common problem I see from students time and time again, hitting shots which just really get away with them, so off to the right curve, they get super frustrated, they kind of all over the place as they hit the ball, they can't control the club path, hit down and left. Where there are many reasons that cause that, this one tip that I'm using with students in the way they coil is really triggering and getting them to hit more from the inside, to getting better club pass. And it's also helping with their strike, so where they hit on the face, so where they actually connect, making it more centered strike. What I love about this tip is it's really actionable, so actually it's like a visual cue that you can use. So problems I see causing that shot, we see golfers often pulling off the ball, staying there and going up on backswings. This shoulder comes up, level shoulder turns. Then we see kind of the drop to try and get into position. They commit and hit down and across that, or they then try and kind of thrust to readjust the club path, and that causes block slices, kind of even worse shots. So the more I can get students to coil up with their body, their chest, the way they turn on the way back, the less they have to think about shallowing, dropping clubs, any of that kind of rubbish which people really struggle with. And what we can do is get them to coil better on the way back, and that just releases the coil on the way down to line shots up, creating straighter drives, often drawing, and longer drives. Now, to get this golf driver swing lesson working for you, all you need to do is think about your lead shoulder, so for me my left shoulder, and how it relates to my trail foot. So when I stand on the mat here, I'm setting myself up, corner of my eye I can see my lead shoulder, corner of this eye I can see my trail foot. And the trick that is helping golfers really get this coil on the way back, and it's so simple, is that they are trying to feel, and I'm getting them to feel, that this shoulder coils down into that trail foot and kind of into the heel side of that foot. And it's something you can do as you swing, where you can actually see in your eye, like through the peripherals of your eye, if this shoulder is covering into that trail foot on the backswing. So if I go top of the backswing and stop, I can see the ball over my shoulder, I can see the toes over my shoulder of my trail foot, and this shoulder is basically covering the back part of this foot. Now, if I'm the golfer who wants to sway and stand up, turn flat, I can see the ball, can't see any of this foot. Like, my vision stops here. I can't see anything over my shoulder from here into my foot. Where if I do coil better on the way back, where I get that shoulder feeling like it's not only rotating a good amount, but also having good tilts in there as well, so side bends down this way, I can actually see the toes of my trail foot, and I can feel this shoulder is turned into this foot. For so many golfers, this is totally game changing, because once they set the club back with a better coil on their shoulder turn, often for lots of golfers it creates a bigger turn. So if I'm here, not only can I not see this foot, this shoulder's kind of pointing over in front of the ball. So it's getting me to rotate my shoulders more, upper body rotates more, and get this down, this up, which creates way better structure with the arms. That better structure with the arms and that bit more height with your hands on the backswing allows you just to rotate back on the way down, which drops the club more here. It's not this and these adjustments that create all the crashes. Now remember, if you're liking these tips, hit that subscribe button down there for more, and don't be afraid to like the video to show me that you want more this way. So it's super actionable, because I can actually stand on the range and hit shots all the course like this, because I can literally see if my shoulder is coiling into that foot, kind of in the corner of my eye, allowing me just to actually hit shots and just put it into practice. There's also a second way of feeling this movement. So what you can do is just place the club across your chest. So I would put it more here. I've got a mic here, so I'm going to have mine on my chest a little bit lower. You could put it just above your chest, so on the middle of your chest will do the trick. Now from here, I've got the head pretty much just falling off my trail side, so most of the club out this way. As I rotate back, the more I get that club touching that trail foot. So as I look down, the more I tilt, the more the trail foot is touching the club this side, so the grip side, the less I tilt and rotate. So if I'm kind of quite level, and there, it's actually touching. So as I look down, the foot is kind of lined up with this part of my driver shaft. What you want to try and do is get it somewhere in the middle. So the middle of your shaft, as you rotate that club, as you look down, should be lining up with the toes of your trail foot. This works great for people who can't feel it in the swing. It gives them a little bit more feelings of the tilt to try and understand where it is. It's also something they can do at home, so without the ball, so they're not hitting shots and still getting that feeling of coiling. It's crazy. The more I do this with students, the more we just see longer, straighter drives with a good level of consistency, and we tend to see that shape a little bit more, which they desire. But when often these people are coming in, I do see lots of setup issues, which make this harder. So ball position way forwards, maybe wrong spine angles. So they're really struggling to set up. So when I ask them to turn this way, it doesn't always work that well, which is why I made this video, to make sure you don't make these mistakes with your golf stance. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you want more videos like this.